All right, folks, that was the scene from across the United States and worldwide as women took to the streets yesterday and turned International Women's Day into a day without a woman. Many women boycotted work to show the power and importance of women in society. The boycott left businesses short of workers and forced some schools to close. On Capitol Hill, female lawmakers staged a walkout and joined a rally in solidarity with the Day Without a Woman protest and with the many women who were unable to take the day off from work. Obviously, there's a huge issue taking place all across this country. Talking about the critical issues that women are contending with, especially while you have Donald Trump sitting in the White House, who yesterday tweeted his love and support of women, although his own actions would not necessarily show that. Yesterday at a rally at Trump Tower in New York, three of our friends on the show, three of the organizers of the Women's March, Tamika Mallory, Linda Sarsour, and Carmen Perez, were arrested and later released. This is a photo right here, folks, of them in the paddy wagon right there after they were arrested. We also, of course, have some other photos there. Please pull it up, folks, of them being arrested. And, of course, this was all from the New York Justice League website. And then, of course, you also have, this is the video last night. That's a photo of them going to the police station. And here's a video of them actually being released from jail last night. I think that's a video of Tamika Mallory getting released right there. And that's Linda Sarsour right there as well. So let's talk about International Women's Day with our panel. See, only in the script, I don't know who wrote the script, they would have introduced the dude first, which makes no sense.
None whatsoever.
So really, I'm just saying to my staff, if we're gonna discuss International Women's Day, you might want to introduce the three women first, then do Ralph. I'm just saying. So, Carmen Berkeley on the far end, of course, Monique Presley here as well, Julianne Malvo, and Ralph Chittum. See, I mean, y'all, why do I have to think of
because you woke, Roland.
No, but I'm being woke. And I got most of the women on my show. I don't understand why I got to figure it out. All right, so, folks, so obviously, huge protest all across the country. And did folks get the message?
I think they did. I mean, I was walking around outside of D.C. yesterday. A lot of folks were wearing red. Obviously, I work for labor. And for us to be able to talk about pay equity issues, to be able to talk about violence against women and how, you know, we are sexually harassed in the workplace, I do feel like a lot of people were able to exercise their voice. And at least for me, I live in Maryland. The Prince George's County schools were shut down. So I think that women were definitely heard yesterday.
We joked, I joked the show, I guess was yesterday? No, day before yesterday, when I said white women woke. And what you have is, so you have literally women of color who are dragging white women out of their houses to make it clear to them, y'all been sitting on y'all behind for far too long. You better speak up on what's happening, because the reality is, I mean, look, I've already said it when it came to affirmative action. White women have benefited more than anybody else, but when it came to fighting for it, they've been extremely silent. When you talk about these other issues that are out here as well, and so women of color are forcing white women in America to step up.
Except for the fact, I agree with you, Becky has to step up. I mean, it's time for Becky to, you know, basically put her diamonds down and put her marching shoes on. But at the same time, there is a race and class divide among women that this Action Day did not take into consideration. Close the Prince George's County schools. Now, who's going to take care of the kids? What happens to some of the workers? Some people would not get paid. I mean, I am the last of the living radicals. Not the last, but maybe the second to the last. And I believe in the marches and the protests, but I think in the women's movement, there has to be a lot more sensitivity to race and class differences, and especially class differences for the women at the bottom. We spend too much time, Roland, talking about the glass ceiling and not enough talking about the sticky floor.
Well, first of all, Monique, we had Janae Ingram on the show, and when I talked to Tamika and Carmen as well, they said, look, in any movement, you had folks who said, well, if you do this could impact these folks here, and they actually created other avenues for women who could not take off to actually do something and be involved as well, so you're able to have folks participate in a variety of ways.
Yes, but I really believe that women have been expected to be the sensitive ones, the understanding ones, the ones that worry about what's going to happen to everyone else. So we're quiet and we don't speak up for ourselves, and we don't take the action that's necessary for people to say, oh, okay. I think it's great that they had to figure out what to do with the children. I'm glad that PG County arranged for kids who would not otherwise be able to eat to be able to go to locations and get food. But teachers are the most underpaid, undervalued, overworked, necessary career in this country. So if they took the walkout seriously yesterday, I'm glad. Yeah, the education force doesn't work without them. So to me, that's a message that works. That's men would strike and did, and got more pay, got better jobs, got promotion tracks because they were willing to take that step. And I saw people who even said, well, striking should be a last resort. Well, when exactly are we going to do the last resort? It should have been 40 years ago.
I think if a teacher strike, if implemented properly, would have been wider. I mean, we had Prince George's County, we had, I believe it was Arlington, Alexandria in Virginia. But it would have been maximally effective if you saw teachers in 50 districts, in our largest, if in Chicago, if in Detroit, the teachers were striking. So I don't disagree with the notion of striking. I just always have the little footnote, and part of the footnote is how effective is it? Because a general strike is supposed to shut something down.
But here's the deal. It don't mean that can't happen 2 months from now. I mean, because, so part of this deal, Ralph, is this consistent protest, this consistent cause of action, as opposed to, what took place in January, this today. The organizers, they made it clear they're going to do more of this.
Well, and I sort of agree with Dr. Malveaux. I saw this really as a movement of elite white women airing their grievances against their husbands and their bosses, and not really dealing with a lot of the issues that women have to deal with on a worldwide basis. I mean, where was the speaking out against the women who are subjugated in Muslim countries under Sharia law? Where was the speaking out against the women who are subjected to genital mutilation? I mean, this was basically what I saw, a group of elite women.
Okay, stop. Hold on. You keep saying elite.
Human trafficking.
Elite women, you're not.
A group of white women who were just marching around.
They were not white, Ralph.
Most of them were.
Ralph, let me help you. Janae Ingram was a black woman, was on this show. Tamika Mallory is a black woman who's on this show.
Look at it.
Hold on, I'm not done. Hold up, Ralph, turn around.
It's right there.
Ralph, you see right there? Hold on, give me a wide shot. Give me a wide shot, Ralph. Those are three of the male organizers. Now one of them white.
Yeah.
That's black, Muslim, Latino. So
and how are you going to have a movement that's supposed to be promoting women, and then you have someone there who promotes Sharia law, which is the most subjective?
She does not promote Sharia law. Oh my God! Oh my Lord!
You are absolutely wrong on that.
Someone do that and then say, "I'm supporting women."
Wow.
Ralph,
women can't go out by themselves.
Ralph, you are absolutely wrong.
They can't
you are
drive in Saudi Arabia.
We know that. We're not in Saudi
without a husband. And then this issue is even addressed on the Day of Women.
You're going to put that onto her. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And the fact is that women all over the globe were also.
The International Day of Women is one thing, but what they did in this country is not.
One second. Go right ahead.
International Women's Day has been recognized since 1908. Soviet women came out in the streets in 1913. We have seen women all over the world. In Europe, women came out against World War I in 1914. We've seen women consistently come out. And so while I have my footnote, I support the women's action, and I don't think it's fair for you to say that Lida Secor is supporting oppression against women. Nothing could be further from the truth.
And she actually promotes racial justice. No, what she does is she advocates for racial justice, for gender justice. She actually has been working with Tamika and Carmen to create the New York Justice League. She's actually probably done more for black people and communities of color than a lot of other people have.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. What we're not going to do is go down your rabbit hole. The reality is this here. The issues that you say should have been talked about were talked about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were highlighted. Were part of the agenda. Ralph, what you just said is a lie. It's a lie. It's not a falsehood. It's It's a misunderstanding. It's a lie.
Is it all
and
a
so,
fact?
Ralph,
Well,
Ralph,
I wasn't there.
Ralph,
I'm just going by
Ralph,
what the
stop,
what
stop,
was
right, hold on, right
I
there,
did
right
not
there,
attend the rally.
right there. You
Well,
just
okay.
said, hold on,
The
Julian.
rally.
You just said I wasn't there. Ralph, if you watched this show, you would have heard those same women discuss on this show what the issues are.
I
and so
watched
what?
the news.
No.
I listened
Well,
to
guess
what was
well, maybe you
put
should
out
watch
on
the
the
black
news.
news, and then you would know what the real issue is, because the very organizers we have had on this show. Go ahead.
But they're also trying to support equality of pay. They're trying to support the woman's right to her own body. And the things that you're saying that they would not speak out against is a part of the platform that's right there available on the website. I think the only thing that's fair for the people who are viewing you speak, me speak, all of us speak is, you know, and a message to our president while we're at it, if you don't know, don't say. Because it's not fair to these women who are working really hard to say that from the time they started this march through this next step, through the next step, that they're not supporting an international platform for women when they are. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
you say if you don't know,
they are articulating it, but you have to. You have to.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
not
sorry.
paying attention.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
not
Wait a
paying
minute.
attention.
I'm sorry. The Women's March, last I checked, was it not the largest one-day march in history?
In
There
history.
In history.
In history.
So how is it not coming through?
Which march you talking about?
Oh my God!
I'm talking about the one yesterday or the one in January.
Well,
No,
no,
the
trying to
same
understand
women
now.
who organized the one in January
This is the
organized
outgrowth
yesterday.
of what happened yesterday.
Right, that's what I was
the
trying to
Women's
understand
March
what you were
that happened
talking
in
about.
January. I mean, the only thing I've seen greater than that was the Million Man March.
Right.
The only thing I've seen greater than that.
Right.
You could not move on these streets. There had to be 1 million people there. It was an astounding and resounding success.
And
coming behind this, I agree with you, Monique. This is another step, and so we're going to see this is going to evolve. And I know that these young women, and I'm very proud of them, are going to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. But you know, when you say if you don't know, don't talk, then you never hear a Republican open their mouth again.
A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.